Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to the GV stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are live once again playing some Bloodborne. We are guiding the game, and we are making some good progress. Yeah, the guides have been going super well. If you ever need help with this game, check out the guides in the guided playlist. Currently, we have no schedule for streaming, but I definitely do want to build up to a schedule. In fact, I'm thinking about maybe just making one, and then, you know, if I can't make it, we'll obviously just make an announcement in the Discord or whatever. Because, yeah, I would like to have a schedule currently. It'll just help things kind of be scheduled so I can plan around stuff and whatever. I didn't think I'd be able to really have one, but I don't know. We've been able to consistently... We've been able to consistently go live. So it could happen. We'll just see. We're just dipping our toes back in currently. But yeah, Bloodborne full playthrough / guiding all the bosses so far. Super good. A lot of the boss fights have gone very cleanly, which I always like. Welcome in, everybody. What's up, Elad? What's up, Danka? Wanka? What's up, RPazza? Thoughts on the new Pokemon? I'm so pumped for this water world. Finally excited about a Pokemon game again. Been a while. Basically the exact same. Yeah, I like the starters. Definitely going to go for the gecko, without a doubt. I love geckos in real life. Surprised they're doing another green owl starter. We had Rufflet, and this is another grass owl, which looks kind of similar, right? And then a Pomeranian fire type. They look cool. I like them. Definitely going with the gecko. And yeah, winds and water, or winds and waves. Love the idea. It seems like it's going to be tropical and jungle. Love it. Love those types of locations. So I'm very excited. And it actually looks a lot better too than like, my big issue with Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet was like, it's a cool idea to have open world Pokemon, but the world just looks so uninspired. This one, from what I could tell, looks way more like, okay, this looks like a real, you know, open world Pokemon game. So yeah, I'm very excited. Like you said, this is the first time I've been excited for a Pokemon, like, new gen release in a long time. So hopefully it's good, because, I don't know, something about open world Pokemon, it's just a little, it needs a little bit of oomph to it, I think, which they have not given to generations 9 and 8, in my opinion. 9 was a lot better, though. I'll give them that. If we were back on Twitch, I think I'd have a 3-stream streak right now. Yeah, I definitely want to go back to Twitch. We're going to be multi-streaming, as I said. I just literally have to have time to set up the multi-stream. I do want to do that, though. I just haven't had time. Thinking of your streams, and I thought that horror game you played last year with the horrible pizza-eating noises and the creepy friend? Are you talking about Happy's Humble Burger Farm? Because that was a long time ago at this point, I think. What game are you talking about? What's up, Salem? Just found out there's Coronal Sandera jelly beans? Gravy sweet corn. No, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. No thanks. No offense. That sounds horrid, to be honest with you. All right. So this will be a shorter stream, ladies and gentlemen. I got to make breakfast and go to the gym in about 2 hours or so. Where we last left off, we defeated the Witch of Hemwick, which in fact is 2 witches. A little bit of trick there. You get the Carol Rune tool or whatever here, which lets you apply runes to yourself, which gives you a bit of a bonus. And then, yeah, after that, I'm trying to remember what happens next. Is it literally the Forgotten Woods already? What does that keep going? Yeah, it must be. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that boss. That's right. There's like a crazy boss coming up. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, this next area is a living nightmare. So we'll probably not fully explore it. It's literally a nightmare to fully explore. I don't know. We may give it a shot. We'll just see how it goes. But yeah, we defeated the witch. We defeated Vicar Amelia. So now we're going to go this way. Past where those 2 big halberd dudes were. Oh, Colonel Sanders. Yeah, my brain was thinking that too. I was like, I feel like I know what you're saying here. Colonel Sanders jelly beans. Yeah, I'm good on that. Man, this sounds loud as hell. Oh my god. Okay, alright, okay. Okay, alright, hold on, okay. Okay, hold on, alright, okay. My actual god. Don't worry. You'll all die. Come on. One by one. Don't worry, we'll make it happen. For each and every last one of you. That was intensely loud. Let me reduce the volume just a little bit. Bow, 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 bee, bow, bee, bow, bee, bow, 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 bee, bow, bee, bow, 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 bee, bow, bow, bee. Okay, so this obelisk here does something later on in the game. Let's go ahead and grab this item here, bone marrow ash. This guy still following me? You don't want to do it. Trust me. You want to back up. Don't do it. I'm telling you. I don't know why I just shot that. Did not mean to do that. Okay, so where we have not gone is this way now. And I think I remember where this leads. I'm actually, yeah, the layout is kind of messed up in my brain currently. Because it's been a little bit of time. Or maybe this is just a dead end. Where do we go next? This always happens every time, like exactly at this part. Okay, so let's grab this. This is the lake rune, which is ironic because we're on a lake. Yeah, this is just... Oh, wait, no. Well, there's somebody up there. Man, you just blended in, too. Look at you. Where do you go? This literally always happens. Like, I progress to this point, and then I'm like, wait, where do you go? There's that side passage, but we need a password. Did we have the password? Man, what have we not done? I'm really confused right now. You go, you get the Carol Rune tool, but it's optional. You don't even have to kill the witches. Then it's like the Forbidden Woods, right? But I'm forgetting how to actually access the Forbidden Woods. Where do you access the Forbidden Woods? Because this is just a dead end, isn't it? Because there's that one passage outside of the Cathedral Ward. Whoa! Where you need the password, but we still never got the... Oh, wait, no, we did get the password. That's right. Okay, that's the thing. Once you kill Vicar Amelia, you get the password. I forgot that we had that. So, yeah, we can just go straight on back. Actually, I'll just use a Bold Hunter's Mark because we have a ton of them. All right, let's go back to the Hunter's Dream. Okay, do we have any level up materials? Let's see, thick cold blood times 4. Let's go over here and pop this sucker open. Repair weapons. Thank you. Blood gem fortification. Let's see, Ludwig's Holy Blade. See if we have any upgrades here. No. There is Adept Blood Gemstone, and then these are the same too. Okay, and then this we checked out, but now we have a new one, Lake, which gives you physical damage reductions. A big eh. Not really all that helpful, honestly. We have quite a lot of insight, but still nothing to really spend insight on all that much. Okay, so now, if I remember correctly, we go back to the Cathedral Ward. And then that one room where the guy asks for the password, I think we can get past there now. There's also another door that's locked to us, but that's later on in the game. That's a pretty late game boss. If I remember correctly. So let's talk to everybody here real quick, see if they got anything new to say.
Oh, this here is a sabat, if you fuckers isn't.
And if we take her blood 2 more times, the other lady will kill her.
Oh, hello. Sort of only.
I think you have to, like, use the blood. Okay, now she's changed. She's distraught here.
Oh. How did we ever get into this mess?
It's all good. We'll get out of it. Yeah, I hear ya. God, some of these takes are just so crazy. They make them, like, sit there and, like, laugh like that for so long.
Oh, the good old days. What a laugh, eh?
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. And then you
Have you?
receive blood treatment. So again, I don't think we can take it because it's like we got Ariana's. You've already received blood. Yeah, and I think that resets every boss fight, basically. Okay, now one NPC appears out here to the left, but I don't remember what triggers her. Oh, there she is. Right there. Beautiful. Woodbury Getaway? What's that? Oh, Fears to Fathom. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I love the Fears to Fathom games. They're so fun. Almost forgot how interesting and cool this game really is. Have to download this after stream. It's a fantastic game, honestly. Has some issues here and there. It's not perfect, but for what it is, I think it's very, very strong. What's up?
Oh, hello there. Perfect timing. I must warn you not to go near the tomb below Erden Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. Henrik, an old hunter, has gone mad. And he's my mark.
The shush emote. Are you shushing me?
Don't go near the tomb below Erden Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. I have business there first.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, there's the amygdala right up there. Because oh my god. Yeah, because I think it's like 40 or 45 insight, and then once you have that... Did that just appear, or did I just literally not notice that? So there's the giant eldritch monster. Once you have enough insight, you can see them. There's like 2 of them just hanging about. So that's the thing that like grabs you and takes you to the DLC when you're down there. Okay, anything else?
Don't go near... I have...
Okay, fair enough. So what's weird about the Souls board games is like she'll say, don't do this thing, and then that actually means do this thing. So we don't have to do this, but this is a little NPC interaction. She's got a whole quest line that actually is really difficult because there are certain NPCs that are like insanely tricky to beat. So then if we use this and go to the Tomb of Erden... Not functioning. Oh, right. Okay. So we have to... Yeah, you can't travel to it now. You have to go there manually. So the question is, do we go... I think we just work our way backwards, literally from where we just talked to her, right? We don't have to do this. Also, killing this guy gives us the yellow Henrik set, which then protects against Bolt, which would have been good against the... Dark Beast Parl boss, although we absolutely destroyed Dark Beast Parl, so no big deal there. But yeah, if you do this first, you can get a little bit of some help there. Now, to continue her quest, which we're not doing all the quest lines because it's a nightmare. You have to follow along like 15,000 different steps. You do have to keep her alive because she's going to fight this guy with you. But if she dies, she dies. I mean, it's just an annoying thing. Like, it's very easy for her to die, honestly. Horrors beyond human understanding. Still like 5 Baldur's Gate 3 episodes behind, but are we finally getting close to being able to vote on another game? It's just a never-ending game. I mean, it really... The learning point for me was like I really needed to just stream the whole thing, basically. Because that game is literally just not Let's Playable unless you're doing like 5 episodes a week or something like that, which I can't do with the main channel. So, yeah, I mean, we're very in the thick of it. I don't know how much is left. It's just really, it's so long and it's so dense that Yeah, just slowly chipping away at it. And if I play like more of it, I'm just gonna burn out and not enjoy it. So we're getting there. When the Pokemon Nuzlocke finishes, we might do like a vote for like the side series, because I think that's a good balance. Basically, doing 3 episodes a week for the Patreon channel. So that might be the saving grace, is we might do a vote for that, since that series will be relatively quick. But yeah, I feel ya, because I set up the whole thing to be voted on, and unfortunately, Baldur's Gate 3 is just. It really just needs to be streamed, basically. Okay, so we got this guy here. I'm just going to shoot. Okay, now we can parry him. There we go. So there's Eileen the Crow, and we want to keep her alive ideally, but it's very difficult because we can also damage Eileen. Oh my god. So ideally, we help her stay alive. Beautiful. Okay, so we want to go for... freaking gravestones, man. Ooh, that was a big hit on her. Missed that too. Okay. So, if we can get him to aggro onto her, we may be able to get a riposte on him. Oh, come on. How did that miss? Oh, come on! Ooh, I think we hit her there too. Oh, God. She might be super low now. Come on, Eileen. You got this. I believe in you. Ooh, okay. Ooh, nice. We did it. Yeah, that's really annoying to do, honestly. That's really, really annoying to do, to keep her alive, because he'll just destroy her. Let me grab this. Air rune. And what's up? What do you think?
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks. We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all. You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then. He was falling apart. I'm sure it had to be done. But try to keep your hands clean. A hunter should hunt beasts. Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
Yeah, but you would have died. I, like, actually helped you. So, you know, the approval gesture.
Try to keep your hands... Leave the hunt... Try to leave the...
I think she's, like, canonically really old, too. She's, like, an old woman. I think if you take the mask off, she's a bit older. Okay, cool. So then we can return to the Hunter's Dream. There may be, like, one other thing we can do before we continue the path, too. I think there's, like, one other side quest we can progress on. Okay, now we have a decent amount of blood echoes. Let's go ahead and level up real quick. Hello.
Welcome home. What is... Very well, let me...
Ooh, getting vitality up to 25.
Farewell, good may you...
Thank you very much. Okay, so now I think we go to the Great Bridge. Yeah, there's basically that little girl that in, like, kind of Act 1, you can send her to go find her mom, and then she dies to the pig. I think in Act 2, which we may or may not be on right now, then, like, her sister shows up. It's really weird, though. I don't even know if it's actually her sister. Also, notice it's nighttime now, because the first time we were here, it was kind of like dusk, basically, but now it's full-on night. Hello! So now everything gets stronger, too. Excuse me. Very rude. All right, let's go. You and me. Ha-ya! We also need some blood vials because we have a total of 24 current slots for it. But yeah, let's go try to find... Ooh, he actually got me. Good for you. Ha-ya! Let's go, gentlemen. Still alive? Good. Okay. So yeah, the one girl and like her sister are over this way. Which we don't have to do any of this stuff. I just like doing all the little things that I know about to basically complete the little side quests and stuff. So yeah, I think somebody might be here now. Because the little girl is dead, but her sister takes her place. So we'll see if anyone's chasing me here. Good? Okay. Hello? No response. So this must happen after the next phase change then. There's also Gilbert, who may... Because I think he's turning into a beast. The first NPC you talk to up near the start of the game. So we'll go over and talk to him really quick as well. Whoa! Oh my god. Excuse me. I never really go back here. I wonder if like anything here changes too much. Don't actually know. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Okay, so this guy, I think something changes with him eventually because he's like turning into a beast from the start of the game, I believe.
Have I heard of Bergenworth? Afraid I can't say that I have. The locals aren't apt to share any local history. I'm afraid I may not be of help for much longer.
Okay, well, thanks for trying. Yeah, so he does have new dialogue, at least. Okay, so now we need to go back to the Cathedral War. There's probably like a few other little things we can clean up too, but no big deal. Let's go back here, and then I think I know where we're trying to go to next. Which then that's what always confuses me, because there's the forest that leads to the Witch of Hemwick, and I always think in my head that that forest leads to the Great Forest, but no. To get to the Great Forest, you have to go down a weird side path. Out of all Soulsborne games and Sekiro, which would you say is the hardest to jump into and play as someone who has never played any? I'm a glutton for punishment. Well, if you're a glutton for punishment and you haven't played any of these games, you're really missing out. Which would be the hardest? It's between Bloodborne and Sekiro. Sekiro, as I've said many times, is like, it's difficult, but then once the combat kind of clicks with you, especially coming from like a Soulsborne perspective, once the combat clicks with you, it's really not that bad. It's still very difficult, don't get me wrong. But it's not like Bloodborne. Like, honestly, I think I always have to give it to Bloodborne. Like, Sekiro does peak to be higher at certain points in terms of difficulty. But I think Bloodborne is the one that's most consistently hard throughout the game, because it's basically a Dark Souls that you cannot be defensive during, which makes it much more difficult. So yeah, I'd probably put it Bloodborne, then Sekiro, then Elden Ring probably, then Dark Souls 3, then Dark Souls 2, then Dark Souls 1, then Demon Souls. I think that would be the order for me in terms of difficulty. Okay, now this guy appears here during this phase of the game.
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
Tell me about the corrupted Vile Bloods.
Ah, there's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle.
Tell me about that again.
In his time, but all did not tragic that Master I must. In his time, but track that I'm.
Okay, this guy's got a ton of dialogue. I just want to make sure we go through it all.
Byrgenworth is and the tomb of the god. Well, once this led to the founding in this sense, but today and furthermore, it's unclear. But only they. Byrgenworth and the tomb of but
And yeah, he basically just gives you hints about the world, like where to go next and things like that.
as you know, well, but I have, and that if you, as you know, well, but if
Okay, bye.
I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
And I don't think you have to, like, talk to these people and do everything to complete their quest lines, but as with any From Souls game, From Software game, it's like, you might as well do it if you can, because you get some cool lore. Is it down there? Yeah. It's this door, isn't it? So this guy asks for the password, which now we know from the cutscene is Fear the Old Blood.
The password.
The password is Fear the Old Blood. Oh my god, but wait, he was already dead. Oh! Which is really weird. How'd that happen? He's asking for the password, but he's literally dead. What's up, Puchiha? Welcome in. For today, I'll be cooking breakfast after the stream ends. Then I'll be going to the gym. Then Cindy and I will probably do something. And then tomorrow, I gotta make a drive to go do some D&D. And then Sunday, I think we'll probably try to shoot to do something interesting as well. Probably gonna be a stacked weekend. Yo, see you later. RPaz, thanks for watching. Alright, time for the worst area in the entire game to explore. It's a decent area, but this place is literally like, there's always just one area in every Soulsborne game that is a living nightmare to get everything in because it's just so massive and labyrinthian. Labyrinthine? I think labyrinthian is the Skyrim zone. And that's what this is. This place sucks if you're a completionist. But, yeah, it's got some interesting stuff in it, too. Like I said, we'll probably just try to grab whatever we can see. I don't think I'm going to try to get every single thing. Thanks for the sub, by the way, if you in the chat. But there are some bloodstone chunks here, which will be good to upgrade our weapon, though. Pepper. Oh, look at you. All-star quarterback, huh? Bye. You kicked me. Okay, hi. Let's try to parry this guy. Whoop. How is that not a parry? Hi-ya. Wait, sir. 1 second. Hi-ya. There we go. Okay. Blood vial. Blood vial. Now we can go down that way. I always get confused with this layout too. So where does this go? Well, there's a lamp directly above my head. It's very hard to see. So that tells me that that's the main zone, and then we should go this way first, and then come back to that. But where does this place go? I'm not remembering. Oh yeah, I think this is a dead end. Hi! Let's try to parry him. Ooh, just a little bit late there. Oh my god, I did not expect that to hit me. Got the parry, but I'm really late here. Oh! Oh, god. Okay, this is going not good. It's going a bit sideways. Alright, try it again. Whoop! There we go. Knew that was it. Alright, thanks, fellow. Tempering Bloodstone Gem. What's up? Walid Ram... Man, that is a hard name. Walid Rama Warzone 8292. I'm sure I butchered your name. all from software except Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne's kind of the tricky one for people to play because you have to have a PS4 or PS5. Definitely recommend it. It's very unique as far as FromSoft games go. Like, I would say Elden Ring. Well, you know what? Elden Ring's honestly unique enough compared to Dark Souls, but it's a lot closer to Dark Souls than everything is to Bloodborne, I would say. So if you're looking for something to play, try to get your hands on a PS4 or 5 if you can. It's honestly worth it. Okay, so that's that. And then I think we did everything else. So let's go down this way. D&D tomorrow morning as well. Just got to write this backstory today, but sounds like a good weekend, bro. Not sure what I'm doing Sunday. I'm sure something will come up. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same spot right now, just focused on D&D, because if it's a one-shot, you obviously just have that time and that time alone to kind of explore that world. So I'm very excited, especially for the character I'm playing. I think I got a good voice in mind for him, too. What you're working on in the gym today? Yesterday was leg day for me, and today is chest, abs, and back. Today is leg day, so I'll be doing leg extensions for quadriceps. Then I'll be doing leg curls for hamstrings. Then I'll be doing standing calf extensions for calves. I'll also be doing it's called hip abductors and adductors. Basically going out with your legs and going in with your legs for that inner thigh muscle, and then also for your ass. Yeah, glutes is the other one. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, yeah, I usually do one floating exercise for an accessory outside of that. But typically, I think on Fridays, what I do is pull-ups to work chest, back, and biceps as a little kind of bonus big movement, you know? Which I used to hate leg days so much, and anybody out there that wants to improve their workouts, I'll say the biggest thing for me was making sure everything I was doing was things I enjoyed on some level. You still got to work at it, obviously, to get improvement, but the big change for me was, like, I was forcing myself to do, like, lunges and, like, deadlifts and stuff, and I hated it, and then eventually, like, I burned out of it. Whereas now, if I'm not enjoying a movement, I just don't do it. Like, honestly, to me, it's like, in the long run, the consistency is more important than the short-term gain that you'll get from doing harder exercises. But that's usually just legs, because I just hate leg stuff. More blood echoes from visceral attacks. We don't really care about that stuff. Then we have tons and tons and tons of insights. Let's go check the insight store real quick. Resonant Bell, Gray set, Henrik set, which is ugly but does protect against Bolt if you need it. Okay, let's go level up. Whee! Yo.
Welcome. What is... Very well. Let me...
Vital... Oh, we still can't even level up. We're close, though. Okay, and then I think it's here? Forbidden Woods, yep. Dude, this guy's weapon is massive. Oh, that halberd. Yeah, that'd be cool. There's not really a halberd in this game. Be cool if you could wield that. What's up, Perry? Welcome in. Abductors and adductors. I just passed my certified personal trainer test. Holy shit. Congrats. You probably know a lot more than I do then. Yeah. Current workout goals. I don't know, just get bigger. I mean, honestly, I have been feeling like I've been plateauing, but also my diet has been absolute shit lately. I, like, gained, like, 8 pounds, but then I just lost another 2 pounds. So I think I, like, hit my goal weight, and then I basically gained 8 past that, and then I lost. So right now, I feel like I'm maybe, like, 5 pounds above what I should be. Not that it matters. Like, 5 pounds, honestly, is not a big deal. But the bigger thing is, like, yeah, I've just been eating like shit, so I feel like I'm literally less strong at the gym, which means I can't progressively overload. So that's currently kind of the goal, is mainly just, like, overhaul my diet back to mainly cooking a lot of protein. And then continue to progressively overload, because I've definitely been feeling like I've been I was plateauing, and then I improved greatly, and then I feel like I'm plateauing again now. Because, like, my bicep curls don't really go up. I feel like I have the same amount of, like, energy each time for it, and I honestly feel like it's diet that's affecting that. But otherwise, everything's going pretty well. Just want to get stronger and stronger. Don't want to waste... Oh my god, I forget about that every single time. Every single time I forget about that. Actually crazy. Okay. Hello? Whoa! Got the parry. Yeah, big tip for Bloodborne, if you don't know, is like, if you know you're going to get the parry, and it obviously just takes feeling it out, like playing the game enough to where you can know about it. If you know the parry is going to come out, even though you're going to get hit, just make sure you focus on triggering the visceral, because it's honestly, you'll heal all the damage back up. You'll take damage from getting hit, but then as soon as you do the visceral, you'll like just heal it all back. That's something that I try to do every time these days. Thick cold blood times 6, or number 6. Hello, gentlemen. Oh, God. Yeah, that guy killed himself on the fire. Whoop. 1, 2. We got this guy up here throwing this garbage here. We got a shield boy over there, too. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Oh, nice throw. Double kill. Jumping attack here. Actually interrupted me, which is disgusting to get hit by an enemy on this level. Actually gross. What's up, pestilent fellow? Welcome to the stream. Okay, this is where it starts to get really confusing. Branching paths and the like. There is an interesting set somewhere. You have to, like, jump to it. It's very odd. Okay, hello, sir. Over here. Whoop. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me grab that. Oh, I do have a comment question of the stream for anybody that watches this in the future and wants to leave a comment on the video, or anybody currently watching the stream at this very moment, because I want to do some sort of poll and get like a good sample size of people that have opinions on this. So if we were to kick off a schedule, what I'm thinking of is maybe 2 to 3 days a week and then probably like 2 to 3 hours a stream, which right now seems like a lot. Honestly, it doesn't seem like that much in the grand scheme of streaming, but right now, with what I got going on, it seems like a bit. So I'm not holding myself to that just yet, but if we were to reenact a schedule for this stream, just to be more consistent with it, what days / what times work well for you all? We could just centralize it to, like, I don't know, Eastern time. Because I'm in Mountain Time, but Eastern Time and Pacific Time are easier to kind of coordinate. So, what days and what times work best for you to watch? Like, when would you watch the most? I like doing the mornings just because, like, I wake up so early now that, like, you know, it's just kind of the time that I have that's free. But I also know that, like, that's kind of a bad time for a lot of people to watch early in the mornings. So I don't know. I'd be willing to do, like, in the afternoons. I think, like, in the old days of the streams, what really worked out was, yeah, usually, like, I think 2 to 3 Mountain Time, so that'd be, like, 4 or so Eastern Time. I think that was usually good for people, which I could make work, too. I just have to do the other stuff, like, in the mornings and blah, blah, blah. And then as far as, like, the days, if I want to go 2 days a week, I'd probably do Tuesdays and Thursdays. If I wanted to go 3, I'd probably do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, yeah, let me know in the comments, or let me know right here and right now if you're watching. What days / what times would you be most interested in watching a consistent streaming schedule? Because that obviously would be super helpful for me to know. And I might do some sort of poll, so just keep an eye out for the Discord / the Patreon / whatever, Twitter. I might do some sort of poll to just get a bit of a sample size from people. Okay. Thick Cold Blood. I always forget which area we want to explore first. I think this one, because the other side, you fall down like a wooden thing. Okay, and then there's like a secret back here too. So we got like 50 million thousand things to explore here. Mornings are best for me. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, mornings and afternoons. Agreed. Eastern time here because I'm upstate New York. Either anywhere from 8:30 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday because I'm at work. It's a computer job, so most of the time I can put it on or at night, like 8 p.m. on weekdays. Definitely would not be able to go that late. These days I go to bed super early and wake up super early. So definitely would not be doing like night streams like in the old first days. It probably would just be the mornings or the afternoons. I like the idea of being a morning streamer. I remember back when I was like on Twitch a lot, like the people that streamed early in the mornings, I was like, holy crap, how can you even go live at this time? But now I'm like that, where it's like, oh yeah, you just wake up and you kind of stream, and it's just like, you get that done super early, and then you can do all the other stuff. So yeah, for me, it's really like the mornings or the afternoons would work the best. Nighttime, just outside of like rare things, probably just wouldn't work for me currently.
Oh, a hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be. You know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt unending. Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. A most frightful fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes, I'm unquestionably certain.
The Tonso Stone, which actually is a hugely important item.
Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. Seek you the ancient shrouded church, hidden to the right of the main cathedral. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Not even...
Okay, thanks, buddy. So there's that, and there's like a secret back there. I'm trying to think. We've got like 3 or 4 different zones we have to explore now. Okay, let's go back here and do all this first, because this is like a whole side adventure, honestly. And we are going to have to do it. In fact, I think now might be a good time to do it, if I remember where this goes correctly. Weekends, usually evening, like 6:30 on. Yeah, see, like those... Yeah, the late night times, I don't think I would ever go back to, just because it's just not a good time for me currently to go live at nights. Didn't think so, just saying what was open. Oh yeah, for sure. We're just having a dialogue. I remember the night streams I was 14, supposed to be in bed, but I was just watching my favorite YouTuber streams games on Twitch. Well, gosh darn it, that's not the most wholesome thing I've ever heard my whole life. Okay, so we got the secret cave back here. And we can go to the left, or we can fall down there, but I don't think we want to. Also, they gave me antidotes for a good reason here. Let's put the antidotes on. And then switch over to those, because that actually might be super helpful. Weekends would be hard because I'm always busy. Yeah, weekend streams would probably be special if we had something special going on. Other than that, I don't think I'd typically be streaming on the weekends. Central time, so it'd be a little later for you. Lunchtime or afternoons work best. Sounds like afternoons. Because, yeah, like I said, I would love to go live on, like, mornings, but that's a whole kind of shift over to becoming a morning streamer, which I just don't know if my audience is available for, largely. Okay, so this water will poison you. You gotta watch out. And there's an item down this way, I think. Arcane Bloodstone Gem, yep. And then these freaking worms. Oh my god. No, 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 not like this. Yeah, these worms are honestly not even worth killing. They're so annoying to deal with. They're like incredibly difficult to hit. This whole place in general is absolute ass to fight at because you got these big giant guys. In fact, I think I just want to skip this whole thing. These guys are just a massive pain in the ass to kill while you're getting poisoned by the water. But there are some items here that I would like to get. There's also that path over there. Dirty Blood Gemstone. Okay, we're poisoned once again, but we're not fast poisoned, because fast poison is terrible. Nothing over there, right? Okay, let's go up here. Yeah, I would totally take out those giants, but those little worms make it a living nightmare to deal with. Okay, and then that was the other route. Let's just double check. Yeah. So let's get the hell out of here. Goodbye. Barely making it to 11 p.m. these days, more like 10. Yeah, that's where I'm at. We go to bed really early. Honestly, transitioning to becoming a morning person has been delightful. I love waking up super early in the morning. I just get basically everything I need to get done. Like, my day feels done by 3 p.m., which is insane. Like, back when I was younger, that would be like... that would never happen. Never, ever, a never, ever, a never, ever, a never, ever, a never, ever. What's up, Sarah? For me, it doesn't matter during the week. I usually watch at work. I'm also Eastern, so I'll be ahead of whenever you start. Okay. Well, I'll say tentatively for anyone interested. How would that look? Because I could go to the gym. We could go live like right after I go to the gym, which honestly has always been great because by that point I've eaten food. Usually my mood is very good after a workout. So we can do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe sometime around 2 to 3 p.m. Go live for maybe like 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, that probably would be good. And then that gives Cindy and I enough time to kind of hang out at nights too, which is important for us to spend time together each night. That's sounding good to me. I'm itchy to just pull the trigger on it because honestly, I have been really enjoying these streams, and I think, at least with like guiding and stuff like this, it would be fun. And also new games that I'm interested in, and blah, blah, blah. So, tentatively, I guess I'll roll around that in my head. When I go to the gym today, I'm going to like make a mock schedule and just see how it would roll out. I don't think that messes with anything, and then that way I can do all the voice acting stuff and recording in the mornings too if I need to, or on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I feel like that works. But we'll see. Okay, so now we have opened up this secret zone back here. And this is like basically going back to Yusefka's clinic. If you remember correctly, in the beginning part of the game, we talked to Yusefka. Oh, wait, is there something with dealing with Yusefka early here? I don't think it matters, but... Okay, we gotta watch out for this guy. This guy's crazy. If he grabs you, he eats your insight. Oh my god, get destroyed, buddy. Yeah, I don't think there's anything bad about going to Yusefka's clinic early, right? Because she changes at some point. I better look that up, because I don't want to mess anything up, because we're doing this a little bit earlier than I typically do, I feel like. Okay, now we've got this ladder over here, which is super easy to miss, by the way. It blends in with everything. Little 14-year-old me was so nervous to type into chat and thought Fiesta Fridays was so much fun. I was just telling Cindy Fiesta Fridays could come back. I don't know. It's mainly just the calories. Like, alcohol calories are just really bad. Because I reintroduced it a little bit. But I was gaining weight with, like, the alcohol calories because, yeah, it's like I love beer purely for the taste, you know? Big fan of craft beer, always has been. We used to do Fiesta Fridays, which if you don't know was like we drink a 6-pack of like craft beer. Typically, I would make my own 6-pack and then try the beers throughout the night. And like I love it because I just love craft beers. They're so good. But the problem is now, like back then, I just used to not track alcohol calories. I was like, I'll track all calories except for alcohol. But then now I track basically everything. And yeah, if you're drinking like a solid 6-pack of beer, you're consuming like on average probably like 1,300 calories, which is horrendous. It's so bad. Can you go to Iosefka's clinic early? I don't think this messes anything up, right? Oh, yeah, that's why. It is highly recommended to wait until after defeating that to do that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, actually, we could have just messed this ending up, I just realized. So I don't even know if we should honestly go in here. Yeah, I don't think we should. So basically how this works is once you, I think, fight Vicar Amelia, the person in there changes. It's like an imposter Iosefka, because when you first talk to Iosefka, she's real and she's nice. But then you fight her and she's bad. So once that happens, if you go here early before a certain boss, she fights you, and then that means that you can't get one of the third of the umbilical cords, which you need 3 to access the real ending. So I think we can go in there and get the other stuff, but I'm not even going to risk it just because we can go after a certain boss and then be guaranteed. But yeah, that is a weird thing where you can mess that up. So now we're basically back at the start of the game. Wait, but can't you talk to her now? This is really weird. Yeah, so this is where we started the game. Is this werewolf back? No. Cool. Happy relationship, saving our evenings and nights for our partner, and I will chat easily in streams. Boy, how life changes, huh? Dealing with Iosefka at different times determines whether you get the umbilical cord. Yeah. Yeah, after ROM, yeah. That's when we want to do it. Remember the day you bought Everclear? Oh my god, I remember that too. That was like a Final Fantasy 15 stream. I remember that night because I was doing shots of Everclear, which is, in retrospect, what the actual hell.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Iosefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted?
Not really, because I know what you're actually doing here.
Well, off you go then.
Yeah, so you can kind of see her face right there if I clip the camera correctly.
If you find I'm dependent. If I'm dependent.
Okay. So yeah, she gets replaced. That's not the real Iosefka. That is an imposter. And if you send people to her, they will be experimented on and turned into aliens. No, I am not kidding. Yeah, so actually I just want to go back the way that we came because I think it's going to be quicker. Although we do have... Yeah, actually we do have Blood Echoes. Let's go back and level up. So yeah, and then also we can do the lecture hall now, can't we? Which is a whole nother thing. Because we have the tonsil stone. That takes you to the lecture hall. I think we should do the next normal boss. Yeah, I think we do the next normal boss first. Let's do that. Okay, repair weapons. Kind of want to switch weapons too. Ludwig's a little boring, even though it's great. Fortified weapons. We still have no blood chunks, right? Nope. Need blood chunks. Honestly, these Bloodborne streams have been in a perfect time slot for me. I live in Finland, so almost 7 p.m. here now. But if streams change to later, then I just sleep less. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if people are down for the morning streams, I don't know if I should make a YouTube video talking about it and getting like a poll for people, maybe a Sup Saturdays. It's been quite a while since we've done a Sup Saturdays.
I must. What is it?
What is it you desire?
Very well. Let me.
Because if people are down for morning streams, honestly, that probably works the best for me. However, like I said, we could also do after the gym. I just probably wouldn't be able to go crazy long because I don't like streaming into the night these days. Okay, vitality, and then let's go strength.
Farewell, good hunt. May you.
Bye. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll make a Sup Saturdays, kind of put a little poll in there for people to let me know. And then, as always, the biggest thing is consistency. That's always been my #1 challenge because I'm so impulsive. Forbidden Woods, right? So then I think if we come up with that and then stick with it, and if I'm having a good time doing it, I think that would be the play. Well, yeah, if people are down for the morning, I wake up so early now. And like I said, it just helps me to continue to do everything throughout the day. Okay. So, where did we not go now? Did we not go across that bridge? This place always confuses the crap out of me. This place confuses your mind. Yeah, wait, because this guy's a certain type of enemy, isn't it? No, we did go through here. Away! Away! This lot confuses your mind. Having so much nostalgia as a teen, I would also get super excited on Saturdays for a Sup Saturday. Oh, yeah. Longest running series, I think, throughout the entire channel's history. Crazy. Captain, Captain, why did you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? All I hear are screams. Every time oh my freaking God, I no longer dream. There is no man of those who die. Nothing's what it seems, nothing's what it seems. Okay. So, yeah, I don't really want to explore everything here. It's kind of annoying. Captain, Captain. Oh my God, you just gotta keep attacking, don't you? Why did you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? Whoop! Yeah. Oh, you barely get... Man, if somebody hits me with a thrust attack like that, I could be in Alaska and still get hit by it. Meanwhile, these guys are somehow living, getting missed by like an inch. Okay. Yeah, is there anything else important we have to do here? There's just items and stuff that we can get. Some unique, some not. Which I personally would not like to miss, but I gotta stop being such a completionist. It's just so fun to explore everything as usual. Hi-ya! What an epic death gurgle that was. I no longer dream. What time do you wake up? Is so early, like 5:30 or 6:30? Usually, I would say on average, probably anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30, which is, again, ludicrous to me now compared to, like, how much of a night owl I used to be. I don't think back then I would have ever thought in any reality that I would have woken up so early on average. I no longer bearing nightmares of those who died. Nothing's what it seems. But here in the underworld, your past is never far behind. Oh, God, I literally forgot about this. Hi-ya! How about news? Yeah, there's traps all over this village we gotta watch out for. Antidote. Captain, Captain, why did you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? Yeah, I think we'll just keep progressing. If there is anything major that I'm forgetting, we'll just look it up and we'll come back for it. I just don't like fully exploring the Forbidden Woods, man. It's just so large, and there's 15,000 branching pathways. It's just not my jam. Why did you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? Yeah, I think we just keep going here. Whatever weapon we should switch to. I'm thinking the boom hammer, maybe. God, is there any weapon I just have not used at all? I haven't used the pizza cutter in forever. That'd be interesting. It's also a strength weapon. Oh, hi! Oh my god! One hit from him and then an oil thing, and I'm literally about to die. Jesus. Is there anything in particular that helped you get into an early morning routine? I've always wanted to be a more consistent bed and wake up time. I feel like I could get so much more done. You can, yeah. I mean, that's really why I love waking up early, is because you do get way more done. In my experience. Is there anything that helped me? I would say Cindy was a morning person. So honestly, meeting her and then, you know, I'm sure this happens with a lot of couples. You're like, there's like a dude floating up there. Your wake up times sync, I feel like. At least that's what happened with us. Like, she woke up so early compared to what I used to wake up at, that kind of naturally I just started waking up earlier and earlier. And after I stopped resisting it so much, because I used to never think I would be a morning person, I ended up really liking it, so I kind of just stuck with it. And then, I don't know, I think, like, getting into my 30s, you don't stay up as late because your priorities shift. So I think, yeah, getting into my early 30s plus being with Cindy kind of just naturally shifted me over to it. And then now it's just like, I don't know, I get naturally tired at night, obviously, but then also, like, if I am staying up too late, I just, like, well, I want to go to bed so that I can wake up and get all the stuff done that I need to in the morning. Plus, I go to the gym relatively early, too, around at or before noon, so it's just a thing of, like, I know that if I don't wake up at that time, like, it's going to affect my workouts, which I don't like. So I would say that, mainly. Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. First drink of caffeine. Yeah, morning coffee and breakfast. That helps too. Because I never used to be a breakfast person. We usually just skipped until lunch. But now I just love making eggs and hash browns and bacon. Captain. Captain. Yeah. As a completionist, like I said, this is a living nightmare. There's literally like just... It'd be one thing if the area was big, but explorable. It's just that there's like 5,000 branching pathways. That's the main issue with games like this and exploring that I don't like. Why did you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? All I hear are screams. Every time I did, I closed my eyes. Oh my actual god. Like I dealt my entire, like, basically 60% of my HP with one shot. Alright, we got a cannonball man over here who's shooting cannonballs. Good for you. What just hit me? I think the cannon moving literally, like, nudged me and interrupted me. Now, you can't actually fire this, which is interesting. But it basically does nothing. You'd have to basically run past all the enemies and then fire it for it to do anything, but even then... It's like, what's the point? There are nightmares, those who die. Nothing's what it seems. Decent sleep schedule was when I got married and moved into my wife's apartment. Our sleep schedule had to sync up. Yeah, which... I didn't have to sync my sleep schedule with Cindy or anything like that. It just kind of happened naturally. You know? This life is amazing when you treat it with open arms. Thank you. Okay. Whatever it takes. So yeah, we didn't go all the way to the right. I forget where that goes. What did we miss? I think It's maybe like a shortcut or something. Oh, this part's interesting. All right. We have our light on. Yes. Now, there's an interesting weapon here as well. Oh, is this the guy? Oh, that's the guy, isn't he? That's the guy, isn't he? Oh my god, he's a snakeman! Oh, Lord, no! Oh, God! Oh, my God. Excuse me. Oh, my God. Yeah, these guys are insanely dangerous. He's a snakeman! Do something, punk. Yeah! One of the coolest enemies in the entire game. I love these snake guys. They're so cool. Okay, now this place is really weird. I think I always miss this shortcut here every single time. So make sure to not do that, because if you do that, it's really, really bad. I think there's another snakeman in here, isn't there? You can hear, like, faint breathing, I believe. Till our love runs out. How much longer till our love runs out? Device is currently not operable. Yeah, this shortcut is always so bizarre to me. You have to, like, it's like a double elevator that activates 2 different places, I think. So let's go up. I know we missed something up here. Oh, sun god. American breakfast is amazing. Lots of protein. Words cannot describe how good I feel when I eat, like, 3 eggs cooked in bacon fat, 2 slices of bacon, 2 hash brown patties, onions cooked in the bacon fat, which then are put into the eggs, and then some hot sauce on them eggs, and then coffee. Words cannot describe how much I love that breakfast, and I never get tired of it. Okay, I think we fall here. This is the home of the wind god, but it's so close to home. This can't be held in that. Whoa! How did you not get buried? How? Please don't do this. I need to get home. Alright, let's go up here. You really kiss. What outfit are you using? We're using the Charred Hunter set as well as the Iron Helmet. I'm just a man. Okay, so this is the weapon I was talking about earlier. It's pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever used it, though. No, that's not it. It's that down there. But I don't think I want to drop down just yet. Because there's an NPC out here. I think he's here, right? Yeah, there he is. Please don't do this. I need to get home. So this guy right here is super interesting. Sir?
Whoa. Blimey. Don't scare me like that. On a night like this, I took you for a monster. Oh, thank the stars, you're fairly normal. Was it you who put down that awful beast? Ooh, that thing had me trembling, frozen in my boots. And then you came along. Well, if you're a hunter, then would you know of any safe havens?
Now, this guy's interesting. So, I did not realize this at all the first time I played this game. It's pretty clear he killed these people right here. So, if you tell him to go to Uden Chapel, he will kill everybody there. Now, what's interesting is, like, depending on what you do, there's all sorts of, like, interesting things. So, if you do that, he will turn into a unique boss fight. He doesn't really count as a boss, but he's basically like a boss. And so the only way to do that, and I think you get a rune too, so the only way to do that is if you go that path. However, everybody at the Uden Chapel dies. Or at least he kills, like, a lot of people. Now, if you tell him of Yasefka's clinic, he will go to Yasefka's clinic, and that imposter will turn him into an alien. Literally. Which is kind of good for him because he's an asshole. But it's also kind of messed up, too, because you're basically dooming him. But, yeah, Yasefka's clinic, yeah, totally.
Well, I'll be. Thank you. It's about time I made a move. I can't very well stay out on my own. Oh, you're giving me hope. Terribly kind of you. Take this. It's all I can offer as thanks. Thank you. It's about time I made a move. I can't very well stay out on my own.
Yeah, sure, man. Do you just kill like a boy? Is that like a boy right there and like his mom? Oh, there's 3 people. I didn't even realize. I didn't realize I was standing on that guy. My bad. Now, there's another NPC that's really interesting, too, because he'll do whatever the opposite of what you say is. And he's actually, like... He's not really nice, but he's fine. So if you do want him at Uden Chapel with everybody else, you have to tell him to go to Yasefka, and then he will go to Uden Chapel, and vice versa. So it's kind of funny. It's annoying from a completionist standpoint, because it's like, how would you ever know that, like, without looking it up? You wouldn't, is the answer, but... Yeah, there's, like, 2, basically, Yeah, the cannon, by the way. That's the interesting weapon. There's 2 really interesting NPC interactions where you can tell them where to go. I'm just a man. It's terrible because it's got so much sugar. Depends on which part of breakfast someone follows. I love all breakfast foods. I've honestly been eating. My latest addiction has been McDonald's steak, egg, and cheese McGriddles. And a hash brown. I've been spending way too much money, and I'm today basically cutting that off because I was just getting a lot of points through the app, and I was like, all right, well, I'm close to another point threshold, and that's how they get you. But yeah, those steak, egg, and cheese McGriddles, oh my god, they're so delicious. Even though their hash browns are changed, their hash browns are not like what they used to be. I liked them before much more, but yeah, that's kind of my vice because they're a little sweet. Horrendous for you, I'm sure. But goddamn, I love those things. Okay, what's the deal with this elevator? I guess that comes from... I think we missed one elevator, maybe. We'll have to keep an eye out. I'm just... yeah, I'll show you the equipment here. So we got the black hooded iron helm. I think we got this iron set outside of the prison. If you go to the prison early and then go outside, it's on one of the ends of the streets. You get this full set, which is one of my favorite hoods in the game. And then the black charred, or the charred hunter garb you get in Old Yarnum. When the guy's shooting the minigun at you, there's basically a secret drop-off. It's honestly one of the most hidden spots in the entire game. And if you drop off down there, there's like a chest with the charred set, which gives you fire resistance, which is pretty neat. Super easily missable. Like, if you don't know about it, you'll probably never find it. I'm just a man. Hello. 600 men. 600 men with big mouths to feed, with only one goal in mind. It's what lies in between. Gamer life, what's up? I'm gonna start playing Bloodborne soon. Any advice? Yeah, Bloodborne's kind of the one where you can get the most advice because it's unlike all the other Soulsborne games in a big way. The biggest piece of advice is play aggressively. This game rewards aggression constantly. The Dark Souls games and Elden Ring and everything like that, you can play a lot more defensively. You can, like, you know, kind of keep an eye out for stuff and play a little reserved. However, Bloodborne, if you do that, you're going to get it destroyed because when you're fighting bosses, it's much more about how much damage can you deal, weaving in and out of combat by dashing and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say the number one thing is don't be afraid. You're going to die. It's just a part of it. Bloodborne especially is very hard. But if you're playing aggressively, if you're getting good at the parries, which, by the way, if you didn't know, your gun in your left hand will parry. So basically when an enemy is like, like right before they slam, you shoot them, and then they get parried. So if you're doing that and then following it up with an attack to do visceral attacks, huge. If you're constantly attacking, breaking enemies' limbs, causing them to stagger, huge. If you're dashing in and out of combat, huge. So that's the number one tip. And then just look up the weapon. Well, don't look up the weapons if you don't want to be spoiled, but try to figure out which weapon you're going to use, and then obviously, you know, get the stats based on what you need. Some weapons scale off of skill, which is dex in this game, basically. Some weapons scale off of strength. Try to find a cool weapon you want to use. And then the last tip I'll say is when you're attacking, just note that in this game, every weapon pretty much has a transform. So if you hit L1 in this game, your weapons will transform. This weapon, for instance, is a one-handed sword. So I can attack, but then when I press L1, it transforms into a greatsword, two-handed greatsword. And then also, when you're attacking, there are transform attacks. So let's say you're attacking with the one-handed sword. And you're like, ha, ba, 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 but now I want to deal more damage. You can press L1, and now it attacks, but also transforms the weapon. So kind of learning how to transform and using the different transform modes for different scenarios is also huge. Now we got this guy over here. Hello.
Ah, a new face, are you? And an accomplished hunter, it would appear. I am Volta, Master of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all the filth that's spread about during the hunt. Like any half-decent hunter ought to, you know? Haven't you seen enough of these wretched beasts? Freakish slugs and mad doctors. Sentence these fiends to death with the help of your League confederates. What do you say? Why not join the League?
Yeah, sure, that sounds fun.
Yes, as a hunter well should. Commit this to heart. Our own Carol rune, symbol of the League.
Impurity, which is the last rune slot, which you need to kill the Witch of Hemwick to equip. They don't really do too much, but they do upgrade as you go through the League. These are basically just covenants in the Dark Souls games, little kind of quest lines you can do, but oftentimes they require multiplayer, which I just don't really do these days.
The night brims with defiled scum and is permeated by their rotten stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content. Hunt in cooperation with your fellows, your League confederates.
I would love to do a character like this. Hunt with your League confederates. Like, you just feel his hatred in his voice. Hunt down the vermin, kill them, rip out that. Yeah, I would love to do this type of character. Miyazaki, put me in a game, please. I would love it.
No, there is one thing you must know. By the oath of the League, those who bear its rune will see vermin. Vermin writhe deep within all filth and are the root of man's impurity. All vermin are to be crushed. The League exists to expunge all vermin, ridding us of any trace of human corruption. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to hunt and kill. This bloody fate is ours alone. Do not expect the world to grasp our work. But remember, the Confederates will always have my blessing, and each other. Always.
Okay.
The League exists to expunge all vermin, ridding us of any trace of human corruption. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to hunt and kill. This bloody fate is ours. I do not expect the world. And
all right, cool. This guy's got a ton of dialogue. So yeah, this basically, yeah, if you, oh, this one's not online. It's weird. It's like, there's an online component, I think. Oh yeah, because if you kill guys, I think, you'll get the vermin. So the vermin will appear if you have that rune equipped, and then I think you need to kill only like 3 or 5 or 10 or something like that. It's way lower than what it was in Dark Souls. And then, yeah, you'll be able to get his, like, rewards. There's actually some really interesting rewards, like a whistle that summons a snake and stuff, but it's just kind of annoying to do. Okay, so we have that shortcut, so let's go back and spend some blood echoes now. Ithaca's waiting. Sugar is the lazy option for breakfast. I don't really eat, like, sugary stuff, but I will say the McGriddles. Oh, yeah. That's got a bit of sugar in it, of course. My kingdom is waiting. Penelope's waiting. Skeletons and demon souls. Yeah, I know. The first time I dealt with them, I was like, what the actual hell is this? What's up? That POV of life. Welcome in. I am doing well. I'm just hungry currently. Excited for some breakfast. Breakfast. Your dream voice role if you could pick either companion in next Fallout. Ooh, crazy side quest person in GTA like the Truth from San Andreas or someone like this in Dark Souls. Ooh, that's a good question. I like the idea of a Dark Souls. I mean, just for pure interest, like I probably would love to be in a Dark Souls game or a Souls game in general. Man, Fallout. When you're a companion, like that's a big job. Like you're gonna have to like really be good, especially in Fallout, where like a lot of people's performances are kind of the heart and soul of the game. So if I was, yeah, that would be fun though. Man, Fallout 5 companion. That'd be fun. Crazy side quest guy. I mean, honestly, all three of those are great ideas. Like in GTA, because that would be more creative. You could just kind of like do whatever you want, which would be fun. Fallout, you have to like act. You have to be like voice actor if you're gonna do that, which is gonna be tougher. And then Dark Souls, it kind of just depends on the character, obviously. Let's go ahead and put that Impurity rune on. Boosts max HP during co-op plus 2%, so it basically does nothing. Out of all of those, just purely for the challenge, I probably would say a Fallout companion. If it was a really well-written, interesting Fallout companion that, like, in the future people would be like, oh my god, I love that character. I always roam the wasteland with that character. Like, that would be a dream. That would honestly... I would love that so much. So yeah, I'd probably go Fallout companion, or at least, Baldur's Gate 3 companion, or any sort of companion. But that's the hard stuff. That's like the apex of voice acting in video games. You gotta really be good to nail that sort of thing. All right, let's look through these just because we've got so much money. Is there any weapon I'd like to use? The Tonitrus is fun. Rifle, spear. I just want to use something I've never used before, which a lot of that stuff is in the DLC. So maybe we'll just switch once we get to the DLC. Maybe that's what we'll do. Yeah. I'm feeling that. My kingdom is waiting for me. So full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Okay, so over here and then Forbidden Woods. But the problem's not the distance, it's what lies in between. If you were to voice a character but had to choose one, would it be from Fallout or Elder Scrolls? That's tough, because I definitely will always prefer the Elder Scrolls as a series. It's just fantasy. I love fantasy. So my preference would always be Elder Scrolls. However, the performances and the characters are far more interesting in Fallout. So if I had to voice one... If the choice was offered to me by Bethesda, I probably would choose Elder Scrolls just because, let's be real, Elder Scrolls is a much bigger franchise and, a lot more people would hear my voice and it would be cool to be immortalized in a game like that. However, I think, like, the more enriching choice would be Fallout just because, again, like, really good Fallout companions are so memorable. And Skyrim doesn't really have that. Like, the best we got is, forgetting her name. The hot vampire chick, voiced by Laura Bailey, who is literally one of the best voice actors to ever live. Serana? God, I'm forgetting. I don't use companions. I know everybody loves her to death, but I just don't ever use companions. Serana? God, I'm literally forgetting what her name is. Anyways, yeah, that's usually that's like the best example we have of a companion. Bethesda just does not do companions all that well in the Elder Scrolls, whereas Fallout, you kind of have to have them be memorable, so yeah, I'd probably choose Elder Scrolls, knowing in my heart that Fallout would be more enriching, I think. Whee! Raoul or God/Dog would be amazing. Love their story. Yeah, don't think I can do Raoul. Not being Danny Trejo or Mexican. That probably would not be in good taste for a white guy to do. But, God/Dog. My monster voice is pretty good, actually. Yeah, my monster voice is pretty good, although for that you have to be consistent with it. You can't just be being a monster all the time. So I'm trying to think if I could do that. A super mutant. I'm trying to remember how he sounds. He's so, like, menacing. The problem with that is my voice doesn't go that deep as that voice actor. It's hard to get to that and be, like, believable. You have to use your chest voice. God wants to be locked. Yeah, my voice just, it doesn't sound legit because my voice does not get to that register. It's just like, it's an octave like too low. Dog wants to be locked in a cage. I never want to be locked in a cage again. And I won't let that happen. Hiya! For me, so full speed ahead. Nikki V is the greatest Fallout companion. Oh, Nick Valentine. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's weird, like, they don't ever put that into the Elder Scrolls, because they can do it. They did it with Fallout 4. Because, yeah, Nick Valentine's great. That voice actor's super good, too. The guy who voices Mercer Frey. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, Nick Valentine's a great example. A really interesting companion. Fallout just has so much more interesting ideas for their companions than Elder Scrolls ever does. Which is really unfortunate. Like, why don't we have... It's just the gameplay style, I guess. It's not as big of a focus on companions and gameplay and whatever, but... Like, why don't we have a good, memorable Elder Scrolls companion outside of Serana? It's actually really unfortunate. Crazy God and Dog is the same voice actor. Yeah. When you got the range, you got the range. That's why, yeah, typically when I voice act, if I have a choice, I like to do higher register characters just because it has to be believable. You have to be consistent. If you can get down super low and do a growly voice, great. But if you can't do it for like oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of dialogue to where it's going to be inconsistent, I just try not to do those types of things. That's why I like to do a good voice that I have is like... like mobsters and like villains and stuff like that, because I can get into the rough and tumble, the gruff type of voice, and I can make that consistent, and I can inject it with emotion, and it just sounds really good to me, and typically people are happy with it. But like getting really low, okay, that was kind of, yeah, I was able to get there that time. Dog thinks that he can. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can kind of channel it. Holy shit. Dog thinks that he can control me. He's a fool. Yeah, it's a little bit closer. All right, let's go. Yeah. Gotcha. 600 men. 600 men with big mouths to feed. Yeah. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. And if the coast waiting, the kingdom is waiting, Penelope's waiting for me. Lore-wise, Elder Scrolls takes the cake by a mile, but overall interesting world and time period, definitely Fallout. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it really comes down to if you want to be enriched as a voice actor, I think Fallout's always going to be better, but my personal choice is Elder Scrolls just because fantasy always trumps post-apocalypse. I was never a big post-apocalypse guy. I like Fallout and what they represent, but post-apocalyptic settings are never really my thing. I don't like depressing wastelands. It's just not my style. Fantasy world's way more closer to what I like. Yo, thanks, Elab. Thanks, Arpiazza. Yeah, it's crazy that the lore's so in-depth for Elder Scrolls, but they never really talk about it all that much in the actual games. You have to kind of delve, or you have to play the older games, I guess, to like really get into it. That's why, like I always say, I really like Morrowind, because Morrowind kind of really grasps the lore with both hands. It's what lies in between. Oh my actual god. Oh my god. Okay, just never end. Just never stop. All right. Do 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 do. Ba da ba da boo ba. Yabi. Ba boo ba ba doo. really tell that your voice acting has improved. Thank you. Yeah, I usually it's one of those things where like I don't know, you have to be in the mindset to do it. You have to sit down and be ready to like perform. So I don't try to bring it out as much on like streams and stuff like that, just because it's one of those things where I don't know, I want to save it for like when I'm doing an actual project and stuff like that. I'll do it, of course, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, if we're playing like Pokemon and I'm voicing things like literally constantly, 50,000 characters all the time, I literally like don't want to take the percentage of that I can put into other stuff, just because it's a lot harder than you would think. It's voice acting is one of those things that I think on the surface seems extremely easy, and then you really got to get into the mentality of doing it when you're sitting down and doing it, or standing up and doing it. And so to just like do it all of the time, I think it's better to kind of conserve a bit, you know what I mean? Hi-ya. Yeah. But that's why like I want to do more stuff with like New Vegas and stuff, because then if I'm playing a character that has interesting dialogue options, you know, it's fun. It will be fun to like go hard and actually voice it in a series or something. Oh! Hiya! Bastard monster! Disgusting beast! Freaking love these enemies though, they're so cool. GV ever thought about doing an ASMR book reading of Skyrim book / lore? I think I tried doing a series like that on YouTube at one point. I don't really get the whole ASMR thing, to be honest with you. Like, I understand being, like, calm and being calming and helping people relax and that sort of thing, which I would be into. The whole ASMR thing, I honestly just don't know the, like, specifics of how to do it, because you're supposed to, like, trigger people's ears and, like, physical responses, right? So I don't know enough about it, and honestly, I'm just not that interested in, like, ASMR type stuff. But like you know, like a wholesome / relaxing reading session or something. I mean, totally, yeah, I would do it if it was an interesting enough series or something. I did try to do it where I was a complete novice at voice acting, but I don't think I really knew what I was doing. Full speed ahead. Took off November 19th for the big day. Wait, I feel dumb. What's November 19th? I'm blanking. I would be what you would call an Elder Scrolls lore nerd, but I learned it all as a kid from UESP because I was so into Oblivion. I want to know everything about the universe. Yeah, I mean, the whole meme of, like, not being the lore guy, like, that's kind of always been the case. If there's something that's really interesting to me, I will get into it. But I don't know, it's weird, because, like, even the Jesus Christ. Even the Soulsborne series, like, I find all this stuff super, super interesting, but I guess because it's not directly relayed to me, I still don't know anything about it, really. Like, I was reading about Elder Scrolls, or, Elden Ring lore the other day, and I was like, holy crap, I did not realize half of that stuff. So I don't know why. I guess it just has to be relayed to me in a story directly for me to really, like, get attached to it. Not that I wouldn't be attached to it, but I don't know. It's something, like, where I have to exert effort to, like, read about it and stuff. A perfect example is Destiny's, like, Grimoire, where you had to, like, go online and read the lore. I'm like, no. What are you talking about? No. Give me the lore in your damn game. What do you mean? But it just depends by game, obviously. Do you sit or stand when you voice record? It depends on the thing. Like, if it's like a military guy or a cop. Fun fact, I'll give you guys a little tidbit. I'm a part of some YouTube channel. I didn't really look into his YouTube channel all that much, but there's this, like, big Five Nights at Freddy's guy that makes, like, Five Nights at Freddy's animations. And they get millions and millions of views. I was like, holy shit, when I saw his channel. But yeah, I voiced, like, a cop in one of them, and I was really happy with that performance. And then he was, like, ecstatic, like, in the review. He was like, you know, he was so happy with what I did for that character. And so for instance, it was a cop that was, like, getting chased by some sort of animatronic or whatever the hell. So for that, I had to stand, because, like, I have to be like, hey, get down, what the fuck are you doing? That sort of shit. It's way easier, like, for that role to be standing. But it just depends. If I'm doing something that's a lot more calm or whatever, I'll usually sit. Or something that takes forever to get through, I'll usually sit, just because standing for that long, you know, obviously a little bit trickier. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Whee! Okay, we're not really getting anything too important. I'm doing the thing that I said I wouldn't do where I'm exploring everything, which I don't really want to be doing. But I'm trying to find the chunks, because bloodstone chunks are important, but I haven't really found any. To do what we can. Oh, GTA 4, yeah. I knew it was something like that, I was just forgetting what it was. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'll probably be playing it, definitely, maybe making guides on it. Like I said, one of the first videos ever for my channel was GTA guides. Funnily enough. Cause the war of food stores depleted. 600 men, 600 reasons to take what we can. You did do that for a while. I think we start with Lusty Argonian Maid. Oh, like reading the stuff. Yeah, that was during the era where I thought I knew what voice acting was, which is funny to me. I mean, everybody starts there, obviously, if you're voice acting, but yeah, it's like, if I do this voice, then I'm a voice actor. I'm a voice actor. Look at me go. I'm doing a funny voice. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously good to have an interest in it, of course. Whee! Which helped me out. But yeah, cops, military guys, SWAT team. You know, I just did a thing where I was like a SWAT guy. Anything like that where you gotta bark. I also did like a paladin like voice pack for like a game. So it was like a million lines of just, you know, it helps to stand because then you can. It's a lot of it's mental. It's like if you're standing up, if you're moving like a paladin, it'll be more believable, right? So I was like, get down. What's the Hearthstone line? Put your faith in the light. So like you can, when you're standing up, it's easier to deliver that as opposed to sitting down. Put your faith in the light. It just doesn't make much sense mentally a lot of the time. But physically too, it matters obviously as well. If you're like having a posture where you are a paladin in a video game, it's going to be a lot easier to make yourself think that you are, thus your delivery will be more believable. So yeah, typically loud characters like that, but if it's anything like a good example is I did like a patient in like a post-apocalyptic like hospital ward or something, and it was really depressing. And it was a really like emotional scene where he was just, I guess, talking about the world and like how could the world forsake us and stuff like that. So that I would sit down, bring the mic super close, turn up the gain quite a bit, and then just get really like, you know, close to the mic and deliver it. But I wouldn't be standing for that because it's just the emotional tone is way more subdued. Hi-ya! To do what we can. Stop right there. Yeah, I wish I could do Wes Johnson's voice better. I can't really mimic him all that well. He's got a very cool voice, and I just can't. I can kind of get there, but not really. Stop right there, criminal scum. Stop right there, criminal scum. Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there, criminal scum. I really wish I could do it better. The one that I can do from Oblivion is the orc guy, which Cindy and I always do little jokes about every day. Here's what lies in the way. If it goes way, our kingdom is way. Okay, all right, thank you. Everything in Bloodborne has to hit you 500 times. Full speed ahead. Full speed, we're up, get up, and away we go. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Forbidden Woods, be Forbidden Woodsin. Reminds me of Andy Serkis when he narrated The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. He explained how he would move his body in relation to the mic for certain people. Gandalf was slightly above the mic. Oh, interesting. That's interesting to me because, like, the intake of the mic matters a lot. It's less about delivering the thing. Like, where you're literally standing with the mic will determine if you have plosives and, you know, how loud you are and whatever. So that's surprising. I mean, like, standing in different ways makes sense. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That's what lies in your dream. Gimli was just below because he would be too short to reach the mic and would have to have low register. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard that before. That's and he's like a master basically, so that's really interesting. Yeah, usually I keep the mic exactly where it always is. I don't really talk above or below it or anything like that, but I'll physically change my body to be the thing. Like I said, paladin, you know, very like upright posture and chest out, that sort of thing. Get up and away we go. Stop, you Yeah, I can't do it. It's like close, but I can't get there. Stop, you violated the law. Stop, you violated the law. He's got such an interesting voice too, because I always think of that one character he does in The Shivering Isles, the depressed guy who wants you to kill him, because he sounds so different there than he does for every other character. Because he's got a really raspy, hoarse voice, like whiny voice. I just want you to kill me, but don't do it when I'm looking. That guy. And like most of his other stuff is really similar. Even Sheogorath sounds kind of like in the same register as the guards. Father, God, King, rarely do I ask, but I am knocking on your door to ask. Far from home, Odysseus, divine intervention, is that what you see? That was placed on that Greek, which was playing with fire. Why not make it a game? Okay, I need to let Greyjoy out in a second, take a bathroom break. We are close to a boss, but this place is just goes forever and forever and forever and forever and forever. There is also a shortcut, and I think it's up here, which would be a good spot to take a little break. I am kind of getting close to when I wanted to end the stream, but we are kind of close to a boss as well. I just don't know how long it's going to take me to get good at him. It is a notorious boss. Difficult, but one that you can kind of figure out too, and it's not as difficult on subsequent playthroughs, that sort of thing. And here's another shortcut. Just imagine you're a voice actor and the company is like, hey, I want to voice half the characters in the RPG, and it turned out to be Oblivion Legendary. I'm very curious how much he was paid, which I don't know if that's public information or not, because honestly, like, all the voice actors in Oblivion, the amount of lines they had to do, because I can tell just playing Oblivion, like listening to the, you know, they had them all do the same sort of delivery for like whatever, female elf, male orc, whatever. They had them do, like, I could tell there's like 50 billion lines. So I'm really curious how much they were paid, because when you start to voice act, when you start to voice act, you really realize just how long certain scripts take. Like right now for me, 1,000 words is pretty long. Like, it's doable, but it's also like you're gonna put in a good amount of time in a session to get it done. So with Oblivion, like with Baldur's Gate 3, oh my god, like the amount of lines and words and time that took, I know now. Like, I have a feeling for how long that is, and like that's man, I'm just really curious how much Wes Johnson was paid, because that would have been a insanely large undertaking, and that's Oblivion. Like, there's been RPGs like Baldur's Gate 3 that have come out after that are even crazier. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a good example. That shit would take so long, and like, yeah, I'm just curious how much he was paid. All right, I'm gonna take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Elad. Yeah, I just hearted the comment. I'll try to watch it at the gym. Yeah, I know. I haven't heard the Andy Serkis narrated stuff, but I know people love it. Like, I know it's considered phenomenal. And I definitely want to... Actually, that'd be a great thing to listen to, especially with a big drive we probably have coming up soon. I would honestly love to listen to that. Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, the Gollum voice alone, of course. All right, so we're going to try to get this boss done and guided before I end the stream. We did get a lot of progress, but no guides. Because this place is just so large. And we got these little dudes here. These guys are celestial. What I love about this game, as I said, is that it kind of progresses from just, like, horror to then eldritch horror. And these little guys here are a little instance of that. Oh, my actual god. That's a lot of damage. Wow. Now, these guys are also what Yosefka turns the people that you send to her into, by the way. Huh? Out of here, boy. How did you... Nasty little cretin. Anti-clockwork metamorphosis. Oh, yeah. Playing the fire. Then why not make it a game? Spider-Man. Walter White. Homer Simpson. And SpongeBob. I thought there was something over here. Is that all that it is? Okay. I think Roger Clark, Arthur's voice actor, said it took him about 6 years. Oh my god, 6 years. Yeah, that's like the challenge that I'm facing now is like I would obviously want to get to that at some point in my life to where I can do that sort of thing. But consistency is the challenge. Because, like, I could even sound like Arthur Morgan if I try to do, you know, like, sort of a impression. But I'm assuming, yeah, because I've seen interviews with him and stuff, and I'm assuming he is, like, Southern, right? Like, I don't exactly remember. I think he is, or I don't know if he's just putting on the voice whenever he does, like, fan stuff. But he probably talks like that, like, just naturally, right? He's got that natural Southern twang to it and all that sort of stuff. So I'm assuming you just have to have that voice naturally, because if you're putting on that voice for 6 years with infinite lines, roughly, like, that's my thing, is that I would be so worried that I'd be inconsistent at some point, and then, like, you're listening to the line, and then, like, just like, wait, that doesn't sound like Arthur, that just sounds like a white dude. But yeah, that's the challenge, is, like, having a performance like that and then keeping it consistent. Same thing with, what's his name, Christopher Judge, who voices Kratos in the new God of War games. Like, I've noticed, actually, with Christopher Judge, in some of the line delivery, playing God of War Ragnarok, there is a little bit of inconsistency sometimes. It usually just depends. Like, if it's a very gruff, quick line, you know, like, no, or just, like, some really quick thing or whatever. Like, I've noticed sometimes he doesn't sound as consistent as, like, when he's giving, like, a big speech or whatever. And that, to me, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the hardest thing ever, is, like, you have to keep that performance consistent for, in the case of Kratos, like, what, 50 bajillion thousand lines? So I think it's probably easier for Arthur's voice actor, just because I'm betting he sounds like Arthur very naturally. And then, so then you just kind of have to act on top of your normal voice, which is why Matthew Mercer said, like, I think like 60% of all the jobs he does are just his normal voice. Because then you can just focus on the acting component, as opposed to constantly doing a voice, you know? But something I'm working on. The consistency, it's a challenge. Hi, yeah. Okay, so finally we have made it to the boss. We missed a whole bunch of stuff here, but that's not a big deal. We can go back and get it if we need to. We can summon Henrik here. There's also some weird thing back here. Let's do that before we do this. This boss is super weird. It's one of those that either feels almost too easy if you get it down pat, or just can destroy you in a second. No, you're good. You're okay. You're okay. Gotcha. Clockwise metamorphosis. So we have anti-clockwise metamorphosis, and then we have clockwise metamorphosis. I think this is a shortcut, isn't it? You're playing with fire. What's up, all my NPC battles? You sure know a lot about voice acting when you start noticing stuff like that. I don't think I know a lot. I honestly think I'm like still very much a novice in it. But I think it's one of those things where it's like when you feel a calling to do something in life, and then you start to notice like just constant things about it and really start to delve into the minutia of said thing. You know, I think it's just a good idea. Like, okay, maybe you should be pursuing something like this, right? And that's definitely game design, even though I never want to be a game designer, but I mean like video games and how they work and what's good about them, what's bad about them. That's always been a thing. And then also, yeah, voice acting and anything to do with, the minutia performances and stuff. What's funny is like I don't care about acting at all. Like acting doesn't really interest me whatsoever. It's specifically like the vocal tones and stuff like that that I definitely pay a lot of attention to. So, yeah, I think I'm still a novice. It's just that I definitely have like an interest in it, like a very much hyper interest in it. Okay, so here we go. Did you take classes to learn how to voice act or just from trial and error? I am entirely self-taught currently. I do want to take... classes. I haven't, where I live currently, there hasn't really been anybody that's like major that'll do in person. A lot of people do like over the internet classes, and I just don't want to do that. I want to work with like a voice acting coach in person, like meet with them X amount of time a month, you know? And there's not really, from what I've looked into, not really any opportunities like that here, which is actually crazy because I live in a big city. But, yeah, currently entirely self-taught, which I think is somewhat looked down upon in the voice acting world, which is kind of funny. However, I do want to take classes and refine some of my weaknesses. It'll just probably, I don't know, I got to look more into it. It's also really expensive, of course, which is a factor. But yeah, it's something I want to do, and I will do. Just kind of finding the right person, basically, for it. But so far, yeah, I've done pretty well just being self-taught. So, I don't know. I think I had a leg up just because, like I said, I've been kind of practicing it through streaming and recording for a long time. Okay, not optional. 0 insight for finding, 2 insight for beating it. If left alive too long, all 3 will transform, plus gaining the summoning ability. With Impurity Rune equipped, you can summon younger Madara's twin, which we did, or we saw. If killed, Henrik could be summoned for this fight, but we weren't killed, so that's interesting. Huh. Make use of the obstacles, such as the huge rock grave. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. One of the 3 is strong against Bolt and Arcane. There are 3 shadows in this fight. The first wields only a scimitar weapon in his left hand. The second, a scimitar and the candle, which acts as a similar fashion to the flame sprayer. The third holds a flame in hand, similar to the pyromancy flame from Dark Souls. Don't let them swarm you. Move around, take cover in the obstacles, lure the melee, charge the mage if no one is near him, etc. When one shadow has been damaged below the 40% threshold, they will all transform, getting additional abilities. Phase 2. When 2 are dead, or 1 is dead, and both others have reached 30% health, the survivors will gain the ability to summon giant snakes that generally kill you in 1 hit. Phase 3. They will not heal between stages, so it is recommended getting them all close to 30% HP before letting them transform. Then, during the second phase, get them both close to death, and you can then finish the last one off right after the second, essentially skipping the third phase. All 3 of the shadows can be parried. After you kill the fully melee one, the second one starts swinging his own sword, leaving him open to parries, and when you get close to the first the fire-throwing one, he switches to physical attacks, which can all be parried. The Shaman Bone Blade works on them, allowing you to easily kill them off. Yeah, which makes them attack each other. Do we have a Shaman Bone Blade? Because that'd be funny. Especially weak against Bolt to Nitrous or Bolt Paper makes the fight much easier. Summoning an NPC Hunter helps a lot. The two melees will generally focus on the NPC, letting you stun lock the mage, finish him quickly, or the NPC may be killed before you can help him with the other two. So, when one has been damaged below 40%, they will all transform. When two are dead, or one is dead and both have reached 30% HP. So we basically just want to get them all to 30% HP? And then kill them. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's practice it. The Shades of Yharnam. Oh, God. The Nightmare. Whoop. Alright, so it's a gang fight. 3-on-1. That's the challenging part. Actually, I always go for this guy first. So 40% they transform, 30% they get the snakehead thing. Bum 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 ba 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 ba. The ring wraiths. They are ring wraiths, you see. So I guess it doesn't matter if we take them into the second phase, right? You're playing with fire. Okay, so he's about at 40, so they might transform here. It's hard to tell what's 30%. Okay. So this guy's the top guy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He just keeps going. So this guy right here has the most HP. This guy's about to be at 30. I'm going to hit him one more time, so he's probably good. But now they transform. They got the snake attacks. Their range is way higher now. He's got a flaming sword, too. This guy has a super long sword attack now. Okay, we're doing pretty well. So when they're all at 30? Yeah, when they're all at 30, that's when they do the crazy thing. Come on. Come on over. Oh, shit. Can't tell who's got what HP bar. So let's get this flaming sword guy down. Okay, so he's about at 30. That guy can take one more hit. Okay, so he's at 32. You little cheeky bastard. Now, I might just make this the guide, honestly, just because this one's a little bit different and weird. Okay, so I gotta get this main sword guy down. Ow. No! No, 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 no. Oh my god. Wait, who's got the most HP? Oh, I've been hitting the wrong guy. Shit, I don't even... Is it the sword guy? Wait, who is... Oh, it's the sword guy, isn't it? Yeah, this guy right here. Would love to be able to hit him so I could see, actually. Come on. Alright, let's reset here. I need to get that sword guy down. They're going to transform when they're all... Oh, wait. Yeah, so let's fight this guy. Side steps are so annoying. So I should get this guy down then. Get them all down and then try to kill them all at once. It's so hard keeping track of whose health bar is what. So the sword guy is the top health bar. So I need to get that middle guy. That's the problem. Oh, nice. Big hit there. Oh my god! Will you fuck off? Oh. Yeah, it's the sword guy here that's messing me up. I need the flaming sword guy to come over to me, and he's being such a little bitch about everything. Ah! Okay, and here come the snakes. Jesus Christ. Got like shoved into the corner for that last second there. That was terrible. Okay, so yeah. So that's relatively good. Now, what is the piece of strategy that I'm missing? When one shadow has been damaged below the 40% threshold, they will all transform, but that's fine. It's just annoying. When two are dead or when one is dead and both others have reached 30% health. But that's not true because they were all three alive. Or when one is dead. Yeah, that's just flat out not true. Because they were all three alive and they still did the... Oh, but the fight went on too long. That's why. Okay. That's why. So basically what we want to do is whittle them all down to like 40% if we can. Then keep whittling them down as quickly as possible and then try to kill them all within the same time. And we also can't let the time go on too long because they will transform anyways. That's what I did. All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and guide this guy, ladies and gentlemen. I will return once the guide hath concluded. 1, 2, 3, exit. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another boss guide for Bloodborne, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Shadow of Yharnam. Really, there are 3 total shadows. These are the ring wraiths. These are notorious. This is a massive wall for people because it's a 3-on-1 fight, and that's already difficult in Soulsborne games, but this one is a 3-on-1 fight in a difficult Soulsborne game. That being Bloodborne, of course. So, yeah, this one's annoying. I'll show you my stats and everything right here. By the way, reset the elevator so you don't have to reset it every time. So we're using a +6 Ludwig's Holy Blade, which I believe I can make right now probably a +7 or so. And then also here are our stats as well. Level 51. Probably around the time that you would be here normally. I don't think I'm like over-leveled or anything because I honestly ran through the Forbidden Forest a little bit too quick. Because I don't like this place because it's so annoying to traverse. But anyways, yeah, it's difficult because there's 3 guys. One guy basically has a long black scimitar or sword. And then the other guy has a candle and a sword. And then the other guy has... Am I going the correct way, by the way? This place is so confusing. We're basically just trying to go down into the valley. Yeah, I feel like I took the long way for some weird reason. But anyways, I think we're trying to get over to this route. Where the heck actually am I right now? I think I definitely accidentally took the super long way. Because that elevator we were just at is the shortcut. Let me just get over here to see where I'm... This place is obviously like a giant labyrinth. Where the hell actually am I? What did I just do? Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm gonna die. I literally don't even know where I just went. What? The hell? Alright, let's try that again. I literally had no clue which direction I just took. Wait, you go down that... Yeah, that's the shortcut, right? Oh, yeah, I think I know what I did. I think I know what I did. Okay. 1, 2, 3, feet. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another boss guide for Bloodborne, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Shadow of Yharnam. Basically, 3 shades that are fighting you all at the exact same time. Really annoying fight, really difficult fight, basically just because it's a 3-on-1, and this is already a tough game, which means now you've got that going on, and you're also dealing with, yeah, a 3-on-1 fight. So just super duper challenging. I'm trying to find my way back to the shortcut. This shortcut is super duper odd, because basically you come down the one elevator near the Covenant guy, and then you have to run over here, which leads you into the second elevator leading down to the boss fight. So it's like a huge run back, kind of. So anyways, yeah, this boss fight is really annoying because it's 3 guys, and you're constantly balancing getting hit all of the time by them. I'm showing you the run back here, by the way. So yeah, what we're using is Ludwig's Holy Blade +6, and I believe I can make it +7. We need to get 3 Bloodstone chunks, which I think you can find in this area. I forget. So I think I could be maybe one more upgrade. I think I could be upgraded like once more here. And then, yeah, we're also level 51, by the way, with a strength build with Ludwig's Holy Blade. So, like I said, the problem here is that it's 3-on-1. One shadow has like a flame and a sword. The other one has a like katana. And then the third one just has like a flame that is shooting like pyromancies at you, basically. So the challenge is kind of like whittling them down. Now, how they work is basically when I think one of them gets to 40% HP. I think it's like when you get 1 or 2 down to like 40% HP, they will go into the second phase, where basically all their attacks just get like longer and harder to deal with, but not crazy so, just like it's more challenging. And then also when like 2 are dead, I forget what the exact thing is, but it's like when 1 is dead and then like another one is at like 30% or lower. Point is, like, there's 3 phases, and pretty much like when you get 1 or 2 down to 30% HP, they will transform a second time, and it's basically only during the very end of the fight. This is because it's really hard to deal with, because there's some of these massive snakes that will just take up the entire area of the arena and just destroy you. So ideally what you want to do is pretty much get them all extremely low and then kill them all very quickly before you have to deal with that final phase too much. Now also the other tip is if you take too long to do that, they will turn into that last snake phase no matter what. So basically you want to be quick, as quick as possible while you're avoiding these guys, because if you just take too long, it'll go into that final phase regardless. So that's what we're going to do. We're basically going to try to whittle all of them down as much as possible without killing them, so that I could basically just kill them very quickly and not have to deal with the giant snakes. Now, the other tip is there is a massive obelisk and other little graveyards and things like that, gravestones. So you want to use those in order to not get hit by the projectiles. You kind of want to be circling around the stuff, as you'll see me do, so that you're not just hit by all of the flames and everything like that. So that all being said, let's go for it here. Wish me luck, because this one's a bit of a pain. All right, so we got the Flame Boy over there, and then we got the 2 sword guys over here. You can parry them, by the way. However, it's kind of difficult because obviously they will be dealing stuff to you constantly. You can see he does kind of like a flame sprayer thing over there. We're going to go over to the mage guy here. He will kind of jump to the left and stuff, so you have to watch out. It's kind of good to time your attacks to make sure that you wait till he jumps, basically. All right, we got to get away here. So you can see I'm kind of going around this circle here. I'm going to get around this guy spraying the flames. Now, I know this guy that I'm fighting right here, his health bar is the lowest on the list, because I'm, like, watching with my side view, like, where their HP bars are changing. I'm also going to go grab my blood echoes here, because it's a good amount, yeah. Okay, so now, going to hit that guy. He's the top one, and the guy spraying the flames is the middle one. So I now know that because I've identified like what health bars that they have. And now I basically just want to whittle them down one by one. Ooh, that flame was really nasty. Okay, so yeah, good. And then we got to get these guys a little bit lower too. Okay, that attack worked through that. All right, so let's go for this guy now. Ooh, okay. So, see, I still continued to hit there knowing I would heal some damage from the rally HP mechanic. All right, I'm going to do a charged R2 here. Nice. I was so hoping that would hit. All right, so we got to go for the middle guy, which I believe is the flame sprayer guy, right? So this guy in the middle here. Ooh, double hit. Good. Okay, unfortunately, those flames landed. So we're going to heal over here. And then I just need to hit this middle guy. He's kind of the problem right now. The other two people are in, honestly, a perfect spot. But I need this guy to chill. I need to go for this guy back here. Come here. Okay, so he's going to do a little bit of flame spraying. If I can yeah, he's kind of being super annoying because he's hovering near that other guy. I need him to separate because otherwise we have them in a perfect spot here. But like I said, if you take too long, it'll also go into that final phase, so you have to be careful. Oh my god, he's being so annoying. I need you to rush me, man. Guy with the candle. All right, I'm just going to go for it, I think, because he's being super annoying. So let's go for the sword guy. Now, they're transforming immediately, so we got to be careful now. I'm going to hold. Okay, this is kind of weird now because that guy just would not let me hit him. I think I'm just going to go for it and deal with the snakes at this point. Ooh, good. All right, we're going to hit this middle guy. Beautiful. All right, so now I just need to hit this middle guy a little bit more. The other guy's not dead yet. So we got to keep that in mind. Now they're in the third phase, so I need to go aggressive as possible now because things are going to be just all over the place now. You can see immediately we just got slammed a whole bunch. So let's heal up twice. There's summoning snakes in the background, so we can see the snake there. Okay, and unfortunately I rolled into it. Yeah, see, once you get to this spot, it just gets so out of hand. It gets incredibly annoying to deal with. So let me try to recover here. We're actually doing it. It's crazy. Okay. And I need to just close the gap and get one of them killed. So let's go for this guy here. One of them is one hit from dying. But yeah, it's just gotten so unbelievably chaotic now. I think this guy right here. That was so annoying. That was like going so well into the very end there. Okay, give me 1 second. Damn, we were doing so well. We were doing so well, and that stupid middle guy just would not play ball. Okay, so I gotta hit start recording once we get close to the front there. Hey, what's up, Josh? Welcome in. I don't even remember that last phase. Yeah, because ideally you don't have to deal with it if you can kill them quickly enough, but if one of them just decides to be annoying as hell, it's like... Huh? Go up. What the hell? If one of them decides to be annoying as hell, you're just kind of screwed because that guy just would not get close to me and separate from the other guy, so I couldn't whittle him down. I honestly should have just went aggressive at that point and tried to kill them all, but... Yeah, well... well, it is what it is. I gotta end the stream soon here, so we gotta make this happen. If this doesn't happen on this go, I think we'll end the stream and save it for the next time so we can practice it more, because I gotta make some brekkie. I got to make some breakfast. Okay, reload that. Yeah, these are always a pain just because it's one that's not consistent. You kind of don't know what you're going to get until you open up the secret box. Aphrodite! Ares. Excuse me, Walking Dead Swamp Man. Excuse me. Okay. The hell? Like literally reset my streaming software so I couldn't see for a split second. Thought that guy was gonna stop following me. Ba 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 ba. All right, we good? Okay. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, exit. Alrighty, so yeah, we got these 3 guys here. Each one has their own health bar. Now, ideally, what we're doing... I need to grab my blood echoes, too, because it's a good chunk of them. Ideally, what we're doing is whittling them down slowly but surely. Actually, quickly but surely, because if you take too long, you're going to get into that last phase regardless. So what we want to use is this obelisk here, and we want to just land some big hits on them. That actually landed, which is crazy. So let's do another one. That actually landed too, which is crazy. So this guy here is the middle health bar. I know that for a fact. Let's smack this guy a bunch. This guy's kind of the weakest, but he's also really annoying because he'll hop away. And when he hops away, he'll kind of mess up your attacks. Ooh, big damage there. Fortunately, that last one missed. All right, let's go around here and heal. That's so ridiculous that that hit me. Okay, hit this guy. So this guy's the top health bar. So I can whittle him down to a certain amount of HP, which is right about here, actually. Now, they're going into phase 2 immediately, so we're going to do a charged attack. I was going to say, hopefully that flame doesn't hit me, but it did. This guy keeps interrupting me. Yeah, it's just basically a matter of dealing with all of these interrupts. Now, I want to go for the middle health bar guy, because he's got the highest health bar. So that's not this guy. It's definitely the flaming sword dude. So we're going to go over here and kind of let this flaming sword guy close the gap, ideally. Okay. So this guy's right about where I want him to be. So we need to get the middle sword guy right there. All right, good. And this guy with the fire is also pretty low. I need the middle sword guy to close the distance. He's kind of the one that's causing the issue here. Come on, man. Okay, so he's closing the distance now. Good hit. Good hit. Gonna keep going. Good hit. Okay. So that's pretty good. We want to whittle them down all to around the same level here. Let's go back to our obelisk of safety. We're going to rush over this way. And again, we're on the clock because if we take too long, they're just going to do the snake thing anyways, the 3rd phase. Yeah, I need this guy to stop walking slowly. He's doing a slow walk, and I need him to be fast. He's just not doing it. Okay, here we go. So this is prime spot right now to deal some damage to him. But he's hopping away. Yeah, this is the most annoying thing about it, is that when you're trying to whittle one guy down, and he just won't play ball. So I think we got to get out and kind of reset here, because one of them's dead, it looks like, or at least 1 HP. So let's heal. Let's heal. Yeah, one of them's at 1 HP. I don't even know who it is. I literally cannot even see their health bar. So let's switch. This has been a very chaotic version of this. We're going to go around here again. I think it's the guy with the katana that's 1 hit. This guy right here. So let's rush him. Okay, yeah, he's dead. So now they're going to enter into the final phase. And I'm going to take this opportunity to deal some damage to the flame guy who keeps nailing me at the last second. It's actually really annoying. Okay, so this guy right here. I need to deal damage to this guy, but he is just stopping me every time. He's actually being unbelievably annoying. All right, so come on. Get over here. Yeah, he just like... Ugh. All right, we were able to deal some rally damage there. So actually, we're in a pretty good spot. I just need to not get clipped by the other stuff. Okay, so this guy right here needs to get more damage on him. Good. All right, so now we just got this guy left. Now, he's going to try to transform into the final phase. He's going to hop away and try to go into that final snake phase. So we don't want to let him do it. Whew! Yeah, that one's really hard to commentate just because so many things can change. Like, most of these bosses, when it's a one-on-one fight, I can kind of see what they're going to do and then react to it. That one there is so much harder just because so many different things can happen and you have to adapt, and then commentating on top of that makes it much more challenging. So what I was trying to explain in all of that word salad was basically, if you can get them all to like 40% HP and then all of them to like 30% HP and then try to take them out rapid fire, you don't even have to deal with the last phase, which honestly, it feels like you're not even really supposed to deal with it because it's so over the top. They'll basically just start spawning these massive snakes that will like slam around the entire arena. You don't want to even deal with that, and if you do, you want to deal with it for a very short amount of time. So as you saw there, oh, look at this guy. As you saw there, what I did was kind of tried to whittle them all down. The main problem is the guy with the flaming scimitar. He walks slowly towards you when the guy with the black katana is way more aggressive. So you kind of have to close the distance to the black scimitar guy or black katana guy. Sorry, you have to close the distance to the flaming scimitar guy because if you don't, then he'll be the one with the most health, and then they'll just transform into that final phase, and it'll cause huge problems. But as you saw there, like, I was able to adapt relatively well. I would have liked that fight to be cleaner. But that's how this fight goes, is that it can just get incredibly messy, or you can just bully them, because it all just depends on when you get clipped by either the flames or by the black katana. So use this obelisk here to just constantly rotate around and time your hits to keep clipping them. Try to whittle them down at a good pacing for all three of them, and then you won't even have to deal with that final phase, which we didn't see here because you don't want to see it. It's horrendous. It's not even really designed to, like, really... It's kind of like a timer thing where, like, the longer that final phase exists, the more likely you're just going to die. So hope that guide helped. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe for more guides. See you next time. Whew, this fight is always stressful as shit, man. This one is always just a big old pain. I'd like that fight to be cleaner, but you just don't know what you're going to get with this one since there's 3 people. Is the mic you're using right now the mic you use for voice acting? Yes, this is the Shure SM7DB. It's the special. This mic is used by like everybody, but this mic has the special like preamp in it, so it's a little bit more extra special. But yeah, I use this one for voice acting, and it has been phenomenal. Honestly, has worked for pretty much everything. GG. All right, we're gonna end the stream here, folks. I gotta get my butt to the gym. Whee! Like I said, keep an eye out for a poll. I might do a poll to see like when people would be willing to watch a stream schedule. I'm thinking currently, yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, probably after I get back from the gym. Seems like honestly the best time slot, or the morning. So if everybody just comes out and says, hey, the mornings work, then that might just be better, because honestly, I like doing the mornings, but I just know a lot of people can't watch. So, yeah. Follow the Twitter if you want to know when I go live, at Grovana. Like the pinned tweet. If you're in the Discord, I will post at everyone every time we go live as well. So check that stuff out if you so wish. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll be playing some D&D and doing some other stuff. It should be a fun time. And, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Adios.